So that's Brad Holmes, and we do apologize. There was a phone issue, so a couple words were omitted. Internal dialogue. He also says they have talked to the agent. We're in a good place right now. Look, there's nothing imminent there. I think a lot of that is timeline. I think that's each side putting out there what they want and the expectation. I think it's an open line of communication. But really, as fans, you have to tell me how do you want this to play out? I mean, you drafted Hendon Hooker. That plays a role. Some of you don't believe you can win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. That has to play a role. I just want to, and by the way, the longer you wait, the more it will cost you. So what do you want to do? That's to me, it's a huge topic. I don't quite understand if you don't think it's a big topic. David, do you want to read a few ticket checks?
Yes, I will. Win a Super Bowl? No. Go to a Super Bowl? Yes. Parker in a FedEx truck?
Hold on. So let me ask this question. Aren't they that's a cop-out, Parker. No disrespect. But if you get to a Super Bowl, you have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And it's this idea of you don't get there with someone that you have no chance of winning it. If you make a Super Bowl, you can win a Super Bowl. Come on now. That's a cop-out.
No. Maybe not. I understand where Parker's coming from because if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, you expect them to win. There are teams that make the Super Bowl, and it's just like, they really don't have a chance. Now, yes, every now and then, what was it, the 2000 Patriots rise up when they were like double-digit underdogs.
Well, all right, so hold on.
Get the Ravens.
You had Brady before we knew he was Brady. You had Trent Dilfer. You had Brad Johnson. You had Eli twice. I mean, you had Peyton with bolts in his neck, and he couldn't throw it 20 yards. All those guys won Super Bowls.
Did you count Nick Foles with the Eagles?
Nick Foles. There's another. Now, here's the thing. I'll say Rex Grossman made a Super Bowl, and they easily could have won one. They didn't, but it wasn't that he couldn't. It's that they didn't. I'm making a point. I think it's unfair if you're going to say, well, they can make it, but they can't win it. That's cop-out. Say that they can't make it, and I'll buy that you don't want to sign this guy. Say that you can't get to the Super Bowl. You can't win 3 playoff games. You can't win 2. Say it. But don't do that cop-out routine. Oh, they can get there. The Niners didn't lose a Super Bowl because of Jimmy Garoppolo. He missed one big throw. Is that really the only play? Is that like can you really blame Garoppolo for why they lost to the Chiefs? I can't. I could say if you had an elite QB, you would have had a wider margin of error. But I like this idea of, oh, well, it's all Garoppolo. No. So let's get to the people. Let's see what you guys have to say about it, because I think it is as wide open a topic as there is. Mark, 97.1. What's up, Mark?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
Well, I was, listening, thinking about Goff and the contract. So if he, in my opinion, if he plays as well as he did the last half of the first season, and yes, last season and all, he played very well, I believe, and I would feel comfortable if they signed him mid-season, if he's playing as equal as he has. Yeah, and with the team we have around, I believe we can get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so
win the Super Bowl.
Are you comfortable if they engage in contract negotiations? Are you good if he makes $45 million a year?
Yeah, to get if believing that him and our team can win the Super Bowl, make it to the Super Bowl, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be comfortable with that. I mean, like you mentioned before about kind of Mahomes' money and Herbert. I mean, he's not that guy. He can't just put the team on his shoulders and take it all the way. But again, yeah, as a team, the offensive line, he's set up for success. So I don't see any reason why he couldn't.
Mark, in an ideal world, you'd be able to wait till the end of this season. That's the problem. You'd be able to wait to see what he produces. But if you wait, it's going to cost you a lot more money because other QBs are going to slowly push the bar forward. And even though Goff, look, if Goff's
they're not going to push the bar forward, they're about to set a new standard.
Right. If Goff's representatives want him to be one of the 5 highest paid QBs in football, I'll be the first to tell you I'm not paying him. But if they're willing to play ball and sign a competitive, very expensive deal where he's one of the 10 highest paid QBs, we can have a conversation. Because I'll still go back to this. I know Rico wants me to throw it in the garbage. I can't. My point would be if Jared Goff plays well and you're about to sign him to a 4-year extension, why the F did you take Hendon Hooker versus another starter who could help this team win?
Oh, no. That's fully legit.
I can't let it go.
The reason why I said it in the meeting is just so we could focus on Goff and not get distracted about Hendon Hooker.
Yes.
Because do you think Goff is your guy? If you're going to do it, you got to do it fast because here's the thing. When the market goes up, it's not going to go backwards. The price is just going to climb. I would do the compromise if I had to. I would just do the
wait and franchise.
I would franchise and cross my fingers and just know I may have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for him. But if not, I didn't burn money and I can get out of this deal.
I don't hate your strategy. I don't, Rico. I just, listen, you're right. If you wait the 2 years, then franchise, you're 3 years down the line. If it works out, you're going to be paying
but here's the thing.
between 50 and 60 a year.
But if it works out,
who cares?
Honestly, I don't care because we're winning. Do you think Kansas City is going to sit there with Mahomes and be like, how are we going to? No, pay the man.
Right.
It's what I said about Bosa in San Francisco. You're like, are you going to pay? Yes. Well, how much will you pay? Whatever he says he wants.
You want $30 million? Yeah, whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Jim, 97.1. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, guys. Appreciate taking the call. Let me ask you this. You guys are saying that you don't know what you have in Herndon, Hooker yet, but he's got 2 years. We had 2 years with Goff. Even if both guys could be excellent, Goff could play 2 years great. Hendon Hooker could develop over those 2 years, get healthy, see some snaps in preseason the following year, play in some games that are a blowout. He's going to practice every day. You're going to know what you have in Hendon Hooker. And at that point, you can make an intelligent decision whether or not you want to continue to develop Hendon as your next starter and let Goff go after the end of his 2 years, or you have some trade value. But my question to you is this. What if Hendon Hooker didn't get hurt and he played as well as he was playing at the time of his injury? Where do you think he would have been drafted in this draft? Is it top 10?
No, absolutely not. I think second round because he's 26 years old and he played in a wonky system. No, I think second round.
No, I think he would have probably got drafted late in the first round, probably around in the 20s.
There we go. So we've got a year and a half once he gets healthy to see to what level this guy is an NFL potential quarterback. But he was playing some lights-out football and playing against some high competition that leads me to believe that he has the potential to be a top 15, top 20, top 10, top 15 quarterback in the NFL once he's developed. So we have 2 years to develop a guy that we got late in the third, and it might be gold, and we've got 2 years left of Goff. And your very point in saying how expensive quarterbacks are tells me that having Hendon for another 2 years on the rookie contract, and if he develops well, what a great option to have an inexpensive, talented quarterback who's been developed for 2 years.
Sure. And the other side of it is you drafted a garbage can instead of a player who could help you. Like
you can say that about every single guy you drafted.
Yeah, Jim, but my point is I'm not the one calling in all sunshines and rainbows. You are. I'm offering you the other side of the coin. You can't just take it that it's all A pluses. I'm fine, Jim. I hope the kid's good. I don't care. If you want to wait and franchise Goff and maybe hand the reins over, you're right. That's the optimal thing. The problem, Jim, is if Goff plays well this year, you're not going to be able to wait.
That comes at a price.
So that's all. I mean, Jimmy, I get it. I'm cool with it. But I think you get to a spot here, Jim, where if Goff's good and you start the year 6-2 or something, he's going to be banging the door down for that extension. And if it gets,
and he can take it elsewhere.
Yeah, but see then what are we doing? You're 6-2, 6-1. You're in first place in the NFC North, and you're talking about moving on.
No, we got him for another year and a half. We start 6-2. We've got a great quarterback. We've got him for the following year as well.
Right.
You don't have to decide until the
you
middle
do,
of
though.
the following.
No, you do, or it becomes the Lamar situation.
I was going to say every day the price goes up and goes up. And if you know what, here's the deal. Pay me this money today because tomorrow it could be $5 million.
And you burn it to the ground in the process where the owner's pissed. John Harbaugh rips the kid. You do the social media nonsense. It attacks at the fiber of what you've built.
And it's not that he ripped him, but when the coach, it's what he doesn't say. When they ask about him, well, he's don't really know. He didn't show up.
It was basically Ryan Day with Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Right. And that tells me I can't tell you how I really feel about this situation because I'm trying to do it respectfully.
Right. Now, if you wait, that's fine. From a financial standpoint, it's the right thing to do. Wait, exercise what's in the collectively bargained agreement.
Because
the problem is these are men, not machines.
Here's the beauty. If you wait, you're kind of hedging your bet, hoping that maybe he's not the person that we thought he was going to be.
You're waiting for him to fail is what you're doing. Don't lie to me.
I'm
And
not
by the
waiting
way,
for him
Kenny
to fail.
wants no part of this topic. Kenny, are you okay? You seem nervous that we're talking Goff.
No, I feel great about it. I would pay him right now. I would pay, not right now, but I would pay him sooner rather than later. The longer you wait and the better he plays. If he plays anywhere near the way he played at the end of last season, you're going to be paying him a hell of a lot more money down the road than you would be sooner.